Hey guys, it's Rebecca Oberstadt, and today I'm going to be doing swatch comparisons for the Gemini palette, comparing it to the first three mini zodiacs as well as the love signs in the original Zodiac palette to see if there's anything similar in here that can be matched or duplicated or mixed from some of the other palettes to create shades out of this one. So far with the Aries palette, there are three shades that you can kind of combine or that look similar enough in order to be considered a dupe. And there is only one shade in the Taurus palette that I was able to get that looked close enough to be a dupe for it. So I will not be talking through the swatches of this palette on my arm. I am using my Always Off makeup cloth in order to get swatches off my fingers, and hopefully you guys enjoy. Now that all of the initial shades are swatched, I'm going to move that over. We're going to look at this one, and I honestly don't think anything in this palette is going to match, so I'm just going to put that one aside. This one we should have something that's close, so I'm going to go ahead and pick up quite a few of these shades. This is more of a cool tone palette, but it does have one warm shade in it. And as you can see, there are crumbly shadows. That's definitely not the right shade. Neither is that one. This one here is close to this one. It's just not quite as dark. And those are the only ones in that palette. I'll swatch this one too. It might be similar to this one, but as far as I can tell from, doing the swatches on my other arm for the other palettes and stuff, I'm not finding a whole lot of dupes, which is always a good thing. Alright, swatching this one. Oh, this might be too purple. Yeah, it's way too purple compared to this one. It's more of a red. So that is the Capricorn palette down, and let's grab the Pisces. My camera is flashing at me. I'm going to go ahead and grab this one first. No, too cool toned. I'll grab the center shade. And that's definitely yellow and that's definitely orange, so there's no matches in that one either. I mean, this is an olive green, but this palette doesn't have any olive greens in it, so I'm not even going to worry about looking for a match for that olive green. So that one is down, and then what I'll be working with next is the big Zodiac palette, and then work on the Love Signs palette. Alright, here we have the Zodiac palette. I'm going to be swatching quite a few of these because there's some that look more close or similar to the Gemini palette than I expected. I'm not quite sure how they're going to swatch out, if they're going to be that similar in swatches, but we will find out. Alright, right, now getting into this palette, there are quite a few shades that I think might be similar. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the mattes, with the Sagittarius shade, the Scorpio shade, and I'll go ahead and grab the Aquarius matte first. I'll swatch these up here. So there's Sagittarius, which is a little bit redder than I expected. Scorpio, which is very close to this one. It's just a little bit dark. And then you have the Aquarius matte, which is a little bit more pink undertoned than any of these two up here. And you do have to worry about these shadows being crumbly. Now, because none of the other palettes seem to have an olive, there is this Capricorn shade here that is like an olive green or a khaki green. Oh, and it's darker. It's a lot darker than that. And it looks like it's cool toned. A khaki green that is cool toned? Okay. Shimmer wise, I'm going to grab Libra. That's too purple compared to this one. And I'm going to grab Aquarius, which is like more like a duochrome. And it's a little dark. So I'm going to grab the center shade and Aquarius again. And let's see if we can mix these two to get something similar to that yellow center shade. Now I just made a big old mess with this big old swatch. No, the center shade kind of changed it, so it's more like a champagne color than the actual shade that this is. So that's interesting. Definitely no matches there, but like I said, this shade, it's got a little bit more red than this one. It's definitely darker, and this is more cool tone. It has more gray in it than the khaki shade out of the Gemini palette. So we're gonna keep looking. While I was taking swatches off my fingers, I was looking at these to see if there was anything else in here that could possibly work. I'm going to go ahead and grab the Gemini and the Aquarius shade, and I'm going to mix those on my arm again. And this is more of a silver. Yeah, it's still doing like a beige thing. It's definitely not anywhere near as yellow as that one. It was worth a shot. I'm trying to find a dupe for that center shade, but I have yet to find anything that matches so far. So let's move on to the Love Signs palette and see if we have better luck with this one, because this is a warm toned palette. We have quite a few shades in here. We have this Virgo matte shade, which looks pretty good. And it's darker than this one, but maybe with using a light hand you could get away with it. I'm going to go ahead and grab the Cancer matte shade. It definitely is a little bit more of a mustard yellow than the yellow out of this palette. I'm going to grab the Gemini matte. It might be a little red. Oh yeah, it's more like burgundy. And I'm going to grab the Taurus matte with my pinky. Again, swatching with my pinky is not really a good idea, but ooh, that's close. That's close to this one. That's definitely pretty close. It's a little bit more cool tone than this one, but it's definitely closer than anything that we've found thus far. So we have one close shade, yay! Now going into, I don't think that there's any more matte shades that will match, but I'm going to go ahead and grab the Cancer and the Leo shade and the center shade. I don't think either of these two are going to be close, but what I'm going to do is take the center shade on half the swatch, because I'm running out of arm room, and see if we can come up with that center shade. and that would be a nope. And since I have a pinky free, I'm going to grab the Taurus shade. And that has too much pink in it to be anywhere near close to that. And that is everything palette-wise that I could think of that would be close or semi-close to some of these shades in here. I'm shocked to find that there are not, other than like 1 or 2 shades in these palettes, you're not going to find duplicate shades that are the same or similar or close enough to even be remotely the same as these mini palettes. This is the 3rd video I've done comparing the little ones. So I did one for the Aries, I've done one for the Taurus, and one for the Gemini. I will link those in the cards and in the description box. I'll just link the playlist for the swatch videos. I also did compare all 3 of the new ones to each other, the Gemini, the Taurus, and the Aries, and there are no similar shades to them. And swatching these out like this not only shows you that, you know, the new palettes, they have similar shades in the bigger palettes or in the other mini Zodiac palettes, but you are not going to find dupes in some of the other palettes you currently own from BH Cosmetics if you own some of the other palettes. Now, if you guys are interested in seeing, like, I will be doing a shimmer comparison with the Aurora Lights and the Galaxy Chic palette to see if there's anything similar in there or in any of the other BH palettes that I have that would be similar to the baked shadows in those. I haven't recorded those yet. I will be recording them. You know, I'm doing one arm each at a time, and then I'm recording at least 2 different videos a day so that I don't completely dry out my skin trying to do these and washing them off and everything. Some of the shadows are definitely more stubborn to come off my skin than others, like this yellow here definitely is one that likes to stick around. Once you put it on, it stays on for a good long while. So hopefully you guys enjoy these videos. If you do, give me a thumbs up, leave your comments down below. Any type of engagement really does greatly help out my channel, even if it's just to say hi. And I do like getting comments. I do respond back to every comment that I get. And hopefully you guys have a great day or night wherever you are. I'm Rebecca Oberstadt, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye.